All right. So, hi, Jim.
Hello.
It's great to have you here. This is actually, we made a plan, and now we got an intro that we didn't plan for.
No.
So, and we also have work instruction here, both of us, in for
sort
this
of.
fireside chat to talk about Augmented Lean. And so I'll just complement this introduction a little bit. So let me maybe start with a quick question to the audience. Raise your hand, please, if your organization is implementing Lean or have implemented Lean as a manufacturing organization. All right, quite a few hands, so that's good. And one way I think about Machines Change the World is it's also the book that catalyzed the movement that changed an industry. Mm-hmm. And you all can read his further bio on Wiki and many articles. And I think that what was interested in kind of started this conversation is when I invited you to Tulip, and you basically told me Lean has failed. Mm-hmm. And I was like, what? I can't believe that that's actually what I'm hearing. It's
kind of awkward, isn't it? Yeah, well, first off, let me say that I've got nothing whatever to do with Tulip. I had never heard of these guys until 2 months ago. Out of the blue, I get a book. Since we introduced the term Lean at MIT in the spring of 1987, that's 36 years ago as I count, I've probably gotten 100 books with Lean either in the title or, if you will, in the subject line. And they're typically consultant calling cards, and it's Lean by Bob or Lean by Sally, and that's what they use to promote their business. And there's some little tweak from what you might call orthodox Lean, and that's what makes it special and better. And I have a shredder, actually, an industrial strength shredder, that I put those in. So I got this book. I mean, look at this. It's called, in the business, a product placement. Product placement?
Yeah.
Okay. So he sends me this book.
I mean, you call it product placement. I call it we wrote this book, and I wanted to send it to you, so I get to know what you think about it.
Yes, and I told you.
It's a simple thing.
Yeah. So I took the book, and I didn't put it in the shredder. Here's the shredder right here. And so I took a look, and I said, well, gee, this is kind of interesting. What he's trying to do is create a synthesis of some Lean ideas and some IT ideas to get a better result than you would with either alone. I should learn about this. Now, I never want to talk about anything if I haven't gone to Gimba, as we say. Spell that with an M or an N, either way. So, you got some Dentsply guys here? Any Dentsply people? Anyway, went out to see them, and there you are. They made it. And so I said, hey, tell me about this. So I just watch people work. Now, I don't make product endorsements. I don't know whether it really works. That's not my point. My point is that the idea, I think, is a very interesting one. Yeah. When we told the world to do Lean, had to think of a way to operationalize that. So in the Lean Thinking book, we tell you, make a map of every significant value stream. Write down all the steps, take a look at them, get everybody together, say which of these create value, which are waste, which of these create quality, which are more waste, and so forth. And then think through how you could, in very short amount of time, could rethink the whole system and create a Lean value stream. And as people did that, of course, one of the things in any organization of size you come across is that the IT system is the dragging anchor, and it doesn't support changing anything. And the problem with these big integrated legacy systems is that you can create a disaster if you're just messing about with it. You really do have to be careful. And then, by the way, IT has 1,000 other priorities.
Yeah.
Put your ticket on the top, we pull from the bottom, see you later. So this was an idea of a way to get the best of both, okay? I said, whoa, I should read that, I should go see. Here I am.
Yeah, so let's step back to this Lean has failed for a second, because we've seen generations of production system variations of lean practice. Even with my background as an embedded software engineer, we kind of hijacked lean. We call it agile, we call it Scrum. What is lean today? What has it evolved given, and how do you characterize the statement? Has lean failed, or has it failed so far?
Yeah, make it so far. Well, okay, here's what happened. People went rushing out to do a team exercise to rethink their value stream. They violate all the rules of the organization. It's deeply exhilarating. It's great fun. And almost invariably, you can get a big bump in performance. But wait a minute, it violates all the rules of the organization. So that turn off the lights, the sensei goes away, and by Monday, things are beginning to retake their former configuration. And by a week from Monday, more so, and by the time I come around in my career as a lean archaeologist, here is a disconnected andon light, here is an ancient production control board, here's an Obeya room that hasn't seen anyone in it in years, here's a shard of a Kanban card that's under the machine over here. Life has gone back to as it was because it doesn't fit the organization. So the next thing we said was, wait a minute, why don't we fix the management system? Why don't we, and by the way, all the stuff I do is stolen directly from Toyota. Let's have daily management for immediate response to all problems and escalation of issues to their appropriate level. So the world is now full of stand-up teams, and they stand every morning, and they've got a board, and you walk around from board to board. We call this the board walk, B-O-R-E-D, and nothing ever gets fixed. Because, wait a minute, the operational excellence group is now like the IT group, that they've got a queue. Here's a ticket, we pull from the bottom, see you later, and pretty soon people just get discouraged.
But
this
Jim,
is the fraud.
This operational excellence group, and I want to kind of talk about that for a little bit. Have you seen that stuff 20 years ago and 15 years ago and 10 years ago, and here we are 2023, it's still the same problem. Why is that?
Well, that operational excellence is part of that American modern management tradition, that you have people who do work and experts who tell them what to do, right? And we have the experts who do rework on the process. And that's what operational excellence is. It's rework on processes that never should have been launched into production. And so it's what the Toyota has actually a word for that, which is Tuzen. There's Kaizen. Tuzen is Kaizen that never should have been necessary, because during product development, you would have addressed all the problems that instead you fix much later, if at all, through your OpEx team. So that's so comfortable.
Yeah.
It's just so comfortable.
Yeah, and this is kind of a good segue to the next topic. Is we apply it, and we're here now, 2023. So, a core concept is getting from autonomous operators, autonomous engineers, and then you have autonomous organizations, right? And of course, when I'm thinking about it, is more about, okay, how do you augment that with technology, better process, and so on. And I started thinking about this concept, and maybe you can elaborate or rebuttal or tell me this is complete, irrelevant, but like corporate waste. So I kind of define it as like, okay, if you're already doing a lot of, cloud everything in your back end, and you're using AI, and you're, you're working on how to get this technology to the shop floor, and you have automation, but it's still so hard. There's just so many silos, and this is kind of tracking to the conversation we had before on architecture and ecosystem. This is why it's important so open, to open it up, like talking with Blake Moore earlier. If you don't take action on it, you're actually accumulating corporate waste. What do you think about that? Is that something you've observed?
I'm always interested in the idea of autonomy. As an employee, I want to be autonomous. I want to be able to take action. I want to be able to fix things. I want to do things. And that's really interesting, but as you talk to people, what you discover is most of them think they're just on their own, that they're actually not going to get help. So just leave me alone and let me do it. And by the way, lots of modern KPI managers don't understand the work. Most of them don't understand the work. So just make your numbers. So the boss says, make your numbers, and the employee says, let me have some autonomy. But wait a second, it's an interconnected system. Any value stream is a great long sequence of things that have to be done right at the right time and the right amount and so forth. You can't really be totally autonomous. You can dream about that. That a better path is to think about each problem has its level.
Yeah.
And for each problem, there is a way to permit people to do good work. And that's, I think, what people really want, what I want. And when I do my work as an author, I want to be uninterrupted and just be able to do my work, but I still got an editor. I need one, because I actually can easily get off track and forget the big picture.
But is that actually viable in the world we live in? You know, one of the things you told me that stuck with me is like, you know, you called me, you said, you're a digital native. You know, I think that was like one of the responses to, I don't know, sending you emails. But you're a guy from Arkansas.
Yeah.
You know, in this day and age,
Yeah.
Information overflow, everything is hyper-connected. I'm talking about connecting more.
Yeah, yeah.
And, you know, in the lean folks I'm meeting, you know, sometimes it's like, well, we don't need all this technology.
That's right.
Why? And so, how do you reconcile this sort of weird, you know, anomaly or imbalance between, on one hand, if you don't adopt technology, you're not going to remain competitive, and on the other hand, if you don't just strip and go to Gemba pure and understand what it is without, you're not going to get it and improve it. So how is that reconciled?
Well,
how is that contradiction reconciled?
Wait a minute, am I hearing an advertisement here? Are you getting ready to talk about Tulip?
I'm trying very hard not to talk about Tulip.
Okay, don't say that word. We will not use that word. Whatever the word was, don't use it. But your interesting idea was in that great soup of data that the world has found ways to collect. Is there any way that someone could help me create my own dashboard, if you will, where I can array and analyze just the data I need on just the problem I'm working on right now so I can get good work done? And so that actually is the idea, which we will not use the name of the company, but that's the idea. It's really pretty simple. It says, look, you don't have to disturb the big legacy systems. Just let them do whatever they do. Some of it must be useful to somebody. You just let that happen, and instead you have access to and can interrogate without harming the data, not going to damage the data, and construct a dashboard for each worker that's what they need in terms of information, in terms of bill of material, in terms of work instruction, in terms of order flow, in terms of quality, whatever, that they need right now in real time to do a good job right now. I don't make product endorsements. I don't know whether this stuff works or not. Sounds like a great idea.
Yeah.
So I was willing to take the book back out of the shredder and you know, go all the way to the end of it.
Yeah.
And it's an interesting idea, don't you think?
Yep, I think so. I think there's a lot of work to make it scalable and actually have the impact that Lean had. And this is actually a great segue because we're coming to the last part of this conversation between us. Where is it going? You know, and how do we ensure that between where we're sitting here and talking about all these, on one hand, sort of retrospective of Lean, if you like, and where it's going versus kind of hallucinations between technology and operations.
Yeah.
And you called my work, how did you characterize it? It's so you're doing anthropology here, but you gave it like it's more philosophy.
Oh, social philosopher. This guy's a social philosopher.
Yeah, you call it philosophy. I don't know if I qualify for that, to be clear, but I just want to be honest about that.
Okay, well, look, here's my answer. Maybe it's just genetic, I am a long-term optimist and I'm a short-term pessimist. And I'm only talking about the industrial world. that it's simply a fact that managers, executives, C-suites, investors will try anything easy that doesn't work before they will try anything hard that does. Okay? And right now in the world, you're in manufacturing, you say, my gosh, let me go to the web. There is so much new 4.0 technology out there.
Yeah.
I'll just get some of that stuff. I'll just get a lot of it.
Yeah.
I'll get a whole lot of it.
Yeah.
And my prediction is that they will get a whole lot of it, and they will find out in a year or 2 or 3 or 5 they're no better off than they were. So then, hey, I'm still here, the guy from Planet Lean. We've got a management system and a management method that actually works, can actually get the value that is in the technology somewhere out of the technology, and we hope onto the balance sheet and the P&L. So therefore, hey, I say you guys do more experimenting. Try some more 4.0. I'll be seeing you sometime, not just me, I mean, but there are people out there who know what to do. So for the long term, I think things will get better. But I don't think it's rapid. It's not an 0-1 thing. It's kind of a slow climb. So what's not to like?
You know, it's almost like, are you saying that despite all the technology and methodologies, humans are still humans? Is that?
Yeah, no, actually humans have some use. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's kind of a frightening thing to think we're all we've got, you know? Whereas we thought we had this technology that we created, but it's going to be much better than we are. Okay, let's see how that works out.
Yeah.
But no, come on, let's cheer up.
Let's cheer up.
There's a lot of good stuff going on. There's a lot of experimentation. By the way, just final thing I'll say is that all technology is socio-technical, and there are an awful lot of technologists who just want it to be technical. Best of luck. Don't think that's going to work out for you. But socio-technical means you've got to run a lot of complex experiments that involve these incapable things called people, but you have to do that. And gradually we learn, and we make better use of our technology, and it's all good.
Yeah, and sort of my take on that is it's just the beginning.
Just the beginning.
It's just the beginning, because the principles of Lean are, to me, fundamentally are human.
Yeah.
You put them in the center. It's all about respect to the operators.
Yeah.
And as we shift, you know, from classic automation paradigms or autonomous, you know, getting operator autonomous and getting teams autonomous, and you move towards augmentation, which we are trying to reveal. I don't pretend we figured it all out.
Okay.
I think what's going to happen is, discovery is going to become new methodologies with new tools, and that to me is what's excited. And it's sort of, if augmented lean operations drive the new wave of technology and products we all build, and then we have won, and then maybe we'll write another book.
Right. Well, maybe, guys. I haven't got much time. You got to do something quick, because I'm the oldest guy in the room, probably by a margin. So if you're going to do something brilliant, I'd love to put you in a book, but do it quick.
Yeah.
You too.
Yeah.
And let's all, go marching along.
Yeah.
It's been great to be here, from all the way from Planet Lean to right here with the digital natives, and nobody got hurt. And I see a few of you are even smiling. That's good. And off we go. Yeah.
And I'll tell you something, in the spirit of continuous improvement, and I cannot choose a more fundamental lean concept to end this talk. We completely failed to follow our script, you know? I think we can agree on that, but still we had a great time. So please help me thank Jim Womack for coming to stage.
Didn't worry.
This has been great. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Yeah.